Hey, how's it going? This is going to be a quick video on the KWA 1911 Mark IV pistol. I looked on the internet when I was trying to disassemble this further than what the manual suggested and couldn't find much, so I'm just going to do a quick video and hopefully it'll help you out if you need to do it. Most of the stuff that I found was for 1911s that had the barrel bushing, and this, you can obviously see, is a bull barrel. So the disassembly is a little different. Because I use AIRSOFT for training purposes for real weapons, I'm going to do safety precautions before I disassemble this. Obviously it's not something that you need to do with AIRSOFT as much, but because it is the real thing, training for the real thing, consistency in my training is more important to me, so that's what I'm going to do. So first thing you do, bring the slide back, line up the notch right here with the takedown lever, and then push it through from the other side, just like any standard 1911 pistol. At that point, you can remove the slide. You have your lower frame, and now you have your slide. So this is the point here where things change a little bit from the, at least from the Mark II, from what I believe. There's a little pin that you get in the kit. I didn't get that, so I just made this out of a paper clip. It's very simple. Just bend it, cut it. So what you're going to want to do is take your recoil return rod, push it out to the point where you get this, I don't know if you can see that very well, but you get the little hole here, at which point you can place this pin in, and that's just going to prevent it from going back. So I don't know if you can see that too well. It's kind of hard to see, but it's in there. You can see it right there. And then you can just push this whole assembly right out. So now you have that assembly out, and the barrel will just slide out the front. And then you have your frame here. At this point you can take this down further if you choose. Take the pin out. This will come out. Spring will come out. And then you have a fully disassembled pistol. For the AIRSOFT world, you can then take your inner barrel outside of the, or off the outer barrel. There is a there's a little pin right here, and you just have to push that out, and then you can remove your inner barrel. A thing to note with that is that this inner barrel is metal, the pin's metal. These little side pieces here are made out of plastic. So if you push too hard, there's a chance that you could break one of these. My advice would be use a small screwdriver and hit it with a hammer. It just creates less pressure and it'll just tap it out, which is a much better, much safer thing to do, considering the outer barrel is plastic. You can upgrade to the metal barrel. I haven't done that. I haven't done that because it says it wears out the NS2 system. I've heard that was only for the M9, so do your own research, figure out if that's something you want. For me, it doesn't really make much of a difference. I did remove the orange tip. I did this with nail polish. The outer barrel is actually all colored plastic, so there's no black paint to fear about removing with the orange. So you can just go ahead and strip that off, and then I hit it with some flat black paint, and that was good enough for me. And the only other modification cosmetically that I did to this pistol is I masked off the professional training pistol and just sprayed that down black just to, I don't know, I think it looks better. And for people that are wondering, the old Mark IVs only had the white dot rear sights, and it was just a flat black front post. But this pistol came with a white dot in the front, so I think they've corrected that from the earlier models. And yeah, that's about it. And reassembly is the exact opposite. A thing to note, there's a washer that is on that rod, so you want to ensure that that doesn't fall off while you're putting this back together. And then you just slide this back on. course, you're going to have to put the barrel in first, so I'm going to do that. Barrel just slides back in, and then you can go ahead. You can use that that pin again, or you can just hold it with your fingers. There's a, I don't know if you can see it, there's a flat side to this, and that'll go against the barrel, and then you can just push this back in. Sometimes it takes a bit of messing around, and there's a notch. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it on this video, but there is a notch with the guide rod housing and the actual slide of the pistol. You want to ensure that that lines up, and then just return that. Make sure that it sits back in against the barrel properly like it should. Slide that back onto the frame, reinstall, and then you have your pistol reinstalled. Just coming from the military side of things, we were always trained to do a function test, so that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. And back the slide, engage the safety, attempt to fire, shouldn't fire, remove safe, and it fires. So pistol is working, and that is how you take down the Mark IV. Thanks.